Hey, what's up, Musers? This is John at Muse for You, here to help you build awesome websites without code. I have a new widget for you that will help you present your images in a really fun and creative way. The widget is called Trampoline Quotes, and it can be found at museforyoushop.com. I have the widget here, and rather than talk about it, I'll show you what it does. So down here is the next button, and we can change this icon to any icon that we'd like, but if we click on it, we have this interesting trampoline effect for our images. So the background does a trampoline effect and the image changes. We can also grab the images and drag them anywhere to change the image. Very good. And here you can put a caption for the image, and you can put an author, or you could put any text you'd like in this area here. Very good. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how it works and how to access it. So let's begin. Okay, so here I am in Adobe Muse. I'm going to go to my library panel. If you don't see your library panel, you simply go to Window and then Library, and I'll open it up again. And I've already installed the widget. When you receive the widget, you just simply unzip the file and double click on the .mulib file that comes in the zip file. So I have the widget here called Trampoline Quotes. So I'm going to click, hold, and drag and place onto my Adobe Muse website. And I'll close my library panel, and I'll center this here in the center. If I click on the widget options, the blue circle with the arrow, I have the widget options here. And here we can add image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4, image 5, and image 6. We can change the background color. We can make the background transparent. We can choose from over 400 font awesome icons for our next button icon. We can change the next button color. We can change the next button hover color. We can change the next button distance from the image. So if you have larger images and the next button gets hidden, you can change this to a higher number, and it will move the next button down below the image so that you can see it. We can choose from any typekit font simply by typing in the font family here, or we can erase this and use any Google font. You can choose from over 700 Google fonts. You can select the font weight. You can make it bolder or thinner. And here you can select the font color. And here is quote 1, author 1, and yeah, the quote and the authors for each of the images. You can actually put any text you'd like here, but if you'd like to put a quote and then who it's by, you can do that as well, or whatever works for your particular project. Very good. And down here we can select cursor type. We can select from over 20 different cursor types here, or we can select an image for the cursor, and the image has to be 128 by 128 pixels. Yeah, 128 pixels by 128 pixels, or less than that. It can't be more, or it won't detect the image cursor. Very good. So I'm going to go ahead and add 6 different files, and I'm going to use my images of my widgets here. Yep, looks good. And so I'm going to go ahead and preview this in the browser. So I'm going to go to File, Preview Page in Browser, and there it is. So as we can see, we don't see the next button, and that's because the default for the images is 400 by 300, and if it's 400 by 300, you'll see the next button with the default settings, but my images are 500 by 500. So I'm going to go back to my widget, and I'm going to click the widget options, and here where it says next button distance from image, we see that the default is 10. So I'm going to change this to 120, and now the next button moves below the image. So now if I go to File, Preview Page in Browser, we can now see the next button below the image, and we can have the trampoline effect there. Or we could just change the images like so. All right. And the trampoline effect, and very nice. Okay, so now I'm going to change a few of the options in the widget options just for some styling and show you just how much we can change with this widget. So for the background color, I'm going to select this blue here, and I'm going to say background transparent no. If you choose background transparent, you won't see the trampoline effect, but you might want to just use the drag changing the slideshow with dragging the images the way it is when you click and hold on the image. We can change the next button color. So I'm going to change it to green and purple. Alright, just randomly selecting some colors. We'll leave the next button distance from the image at 120. And here we'll use a Google font. So I'm going to erase to use a Google font. And I'm going to just randomly scroll and select an image, font. And then the font weight I'm going to leave at 400. If I make it more than 400, it'll become bold. Less, it'll become a bit thinner. And for the font color, I'm going to do, let's do kind of this light green here. Okay, and for the quote one, I'm going to use the name of the widget. So I'm going to use Trampoline quotes widget. Author, I'm going to say Muse for you. And I'm just going to copy that in all the author sections. Okay, and then here I'm going to say click effects widget. And here I'm going to say file uploader widget. And here I'm going to say SVG draw widget. And here I'll say the animator widget. And the font smoother widget for the last one. Very good. And for the image cursor, I'm going to add a file, and I'm going to use my logo for the image cursor. So now I've changed all these options here in the widget options. So now if I go to File, Preview Page in Browser, we can see the background's changed color, the text has changed color, and the next button's not very visible with that green, but if we hover over it, it turns purple. And then if we click on it, we have the trampoline effect there. And then when we click on the image, we have the Muse for You logo. So I decided to add it there for that interesting effect. You can actually put any image, and again, it has to be 128 pixels by 128 pixels. Very nice. Now I'm just going to change the color of the screen here so we can see that next button. So the next button color, we're going to change to, let's say yellow here. And I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser. There, now we can see it a bit better. And very nice. And it has the caption there. And we've used the Google font here, and we can change it to any font we'd like. If we wanted to use a typekit font, we'd simply write some text. So some text. And very good. And now I'll change this to a typekit font. I'll select let's do syncopate. Very good. So now I'll hit, I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser, and then I'll select this text, and then I'll right click, Inspect Element, and then over here to the right in our styles settings, we should see something that says Font Family. Here it is in the styles, and we want to copy the syncopate, comma, sans serif after Font Family. So I'm going to right click and copy, and then we go back to the widget, and we go in the font family and we paste that in there. I'm going to hit Command V to paste and hit enter. So we can see that the text has changed, and now I can I'd have to leave some text there so that the website knows that this font is in the website. So I'm going to go to File, Preview Page in Browser, and now we can see that the text here is that typekit font. Now you wouldn't just write some text, you'd actually just most likely have this font in your website somewhere so that you could use this text here, or use this text from this typekit font. Use this font from the typekit font. Alright, very good. So, or if you wanted to hide the font, you could do a few different things if you still wanted to use the font. But yeah, that's how you use typekit fonts. I'm just gonna delete this, and very good. That's pretty much it. I've gone over all the font options there, and you can change it to any of these pointers as well. And one last thing that I didn't go over is changing the icon of the next button. So to do that, you simply click on the widget, you go to the widget options here, the circle, the blue circle with the arrow, and here where it says next button icon, you click here, and then I'll just select an icon. We can choose from over 400 icons here, and I'll select just an icon here. Okay, I'll select this photo icon here, and there it is. So now if I go to File, preview page in browser, and there's the icon. It's changed, and if we click, the icon works just like any other button. Yeah, so you can change the icon there and change the icon for the next button. Very good. Very good. So one more time, I'm going to go to File, Preview Page in Browser. Oh, and one last thing I wanted to mention. If you go to the Library panel, and I'm going to use the font smoother, and there we go, and just drop it in. I'm going to use Font Smoother Light, which is one of the widgets found at Muse for You Shop, and I'm going to go to File, Preview Page in Browser, just to make that text look a little bit nicer. Very good. So that's the Trampoline Effects widget. You can find it, and I'll just do it a few more times till we get to that image. Here we go, Trampoline Effects, or Trampoline Quotes widget, and you can find it at museforYouShop.com. You can click on Shop Now, and I've just recently added this subscription. You can now subscribe to the Muse for You subscription for $39 a year, and you get access to all my widgets, all the widgets that are in the store. You get access to them, and you get access to any new widgets that come out. You can use here, you just click on it, you can use your credit card and pay with that, or you can use PayPal to subscribe to the subscription. I think it's great. I mean, offering the subscription because I'm constantly making widgets, and by subscribing you get access to all of these widgets. Very good. So Trampoline Quotes is right here. So you just click on it. You can purchase it individually, or you can purchase the subscription here. Very good. And the same with all the other widgets. You can purchase the subscription, or you can pay for it individually. Very good. But if kind of the value is pretty great, because if you were to buy each widget individually, it'd be a lot more than getting a subscription. So yeah, I know a few of you have asked for the subscription, so this was just recently added. And yeah, I look forward to keep providing you with great widgets. So that's it for this video tutorial. Thanks for watching. If you like this video tutorial, you can subscribe below, and you can visit museforYouShop.com. There's also more resources in the resources section, in the show more section below. So again, I do all this to help you build awesome websites without code. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial.